mistake tonight in South Philadelphia. Make no mistake. The Philadelphia 76ers could easily just move on, exercise some necessary exercising of demons, or they could fall back into the trap. The one that Doc Rivers has seemingly laid for his players each and every year. So much. I'll tell you this. Whoever wins tonight wins the series. Sixers win, they move on. Celtics win, you better get Ace Ventura in that house. You better bring Ace back for Ace Ventura 3 or 4, whatever the hell they're on now. Because he needs to get into the Wells Fargo Center. This house is clear. That's what we're expecting tonight, right? Joe Mazzulla alone, single-handedly, is going to ruin this thing, is he not? Start the clock. Thumbs up, subscribe, please. Yes, we do have the Philadelphia 76ers winning this game tonight. We certainly do. We sure as hell do. Yes, we will watch the Sixers move on. I saw it up close in Boston on 5, right there. Game 5. The momentum is done. The faces on the Celtics, their soul has been sucked out. They have no life. They have no direction. They have no coach who can set things straight. Their star player can't get off until the second quarter, it seems like. What changes? The Celtics are minus 138 on the money line in a game they come off at home looking like dog shit. Where, oh, where am I supposed to find any value in laying 2.5 or taking them on the money line? Get out of here with this. We're going to roll Sixers on the money line. This seems to be the one prop that A, keeps hitting, and B, is not necessarily dependent on what happens in the game. Tyrese Maxey continues to be disrespected with these props when it comes to rebounds. At plus 112, for us to get over 4.5 rebounds, for a guy who's going to be out there, we know, insane amount of volume. He comes off the 30-point game in Game 5. Expect him to be active on the boards like we've seen him really overall. And look, this prop is also contingent on the Sixers continuing to keep him out there for 30, 35 minutes. 3 straight games he's gone over this, including 8 in that 45-minute Game 2 OT affair. But 42 minutes last time out, they're going to need him out there a lot. And that's what we're going to do here. Roll with Tyrese Maxey. Now, next play, I don't think we're going to make this too complex. I was going to say keep it simple, stupid. Nuggets, Suns, and Phoenix. I think Phoenix just wins the game. I'm tempted to not.
You don't have music in my ear, but thanks for apologizing. What is happening, everybody? It is Thursday afternoon, which means it is time for Neil Orfield and I to break down the upcoming Sorare slate. And I don't know if I could call Neil the flannel god anymore, because now that the temperature is heating up, he very rarely wears flannel. He's trying to keep himself cool. He's trying to be, well adjusted and well dressed for the appropriate temperature. So, no more flannel god Neil. It's just XFL god Neil Orfield. I think we're going to be sticking with that. But as you guys come in, do us a favor by liking the video and subscribing to the YouTube channel. If you have not signed up at Sorare yet, totally free. All you have to do is go there and make an account. Sign up using our link below so they know that we're the ones who sent you, but it is totally free. There's no catch to you to signing up and making a Sorare account. So if you're interested in the stuff we're talking about, just click on that link and make a free account. What's happening?
I feel like you're disapproving of my my change in wardrobe, Greg. I feel like it's implied in your tone that you're disapproving of the V-neck instead of flannel.
It's not disapproval as much as your nickname is the Flannel God.
Yeah, it's hard to say that when I'm not wearing flannel.
What are some of the nicknames that we most associate people with?
Man, I mean, I can't even think of, like, well, we call you Nerd Ass Greg sometimes.
But I just mean, like, in general, right? Like, just like Michael Jackson is the king of pop, right?
Oh, okay.
But what if if Michael Jackson's like, hey, it's the king of pop, but like, here's a country music album? It would be like, well, you're the king of pop. You can't be making country music.
Fair. That's fair.
That's how I feel when I see you in a V-neck. It's like, but you're the flannel guy.
It's not my thing. It's not my thing. The other thing that's up, Greg, is I just got terrible news. As you may or may not know, I am a pitcher for my softball team. We just learned that our schedule has changed for tonight. Instead of playing one of the worst teams in the league, we're playing the best team in the league by far tonight. Like, they've so far in the year, they've scored 44 runs. They've given up 2, something ridiculous like that. Just not fun, especially as the pitcher. I only care because I'm the pitcher. Like, they have so many players who could end my life tonight. So just so many opportunities for me to die on the pitching mound tonight. So I'm pretty disappointed in that.
So don't play you in Sorare tonight? Is that the
don't play Neil in Sorare? Neil's getting crushed in Sorare tonight. I see SGT Stadenko asks, do common cards carry over to the next season? And I honestly don't know the answer to that question.
Yep, common cards do carry over to the next season. Okay. Everything carries over to the next season. But now, with that said, SGT Stadenko, the common cards also, they carry over to the next season. But I mean, you can't buy them or anything, so it's not like I'm not exactly sure what decision point you're making, but yeah, my understanding is they do carry over to the next season.
Yeah, so it's good to accumulate them, and maybe towards the end of the year it'll be something that we factor in.
And by the way, a little bit of advice from SGT Stadenko to you. Just throw some chin music at him. Is there anything you could do? Like, how could we, if you're a big underdog in NBA, you shoot more 3-pointers, right? Because I remember, by the way, to talk about your situation, I remember when I was in college and we were in the semifinals of the intramural basketball championship, and we were playing against a team that was undefeated. And I told our team, we're shooting threes today, as many of them as possible. And we ended up pulling off the upset that game.
Wow.
We ended up winning.
Look at you. What a coach.
Yeah. But what's the equivalent of that? What could you do in baseball to try to up the variance in a softball game?
Well, here's the thing. It's slow pitch softball. So all of my pitches have to peak between 6 and 12 feet in the air. There's I think limitations on what I can really do, but maybe I should just do a couple. Like, randomly, I should just throw overhand as hard as I can at the batter. And like, that'll just keep them out. They never know. Is he going to just throw it overhand as hard as he can at my head? Of course, I would miss them because I'm not that good, but I could try it. That's something I could try.
Trying to think, like, what else could you do? So is your team any good, by the way, also?
My team is, I'd say it's in the top half of the league. Like, it's not great, but it's, we've got some experience. We got some grit on the team. We're probably going to end up, it's a league of 8. My guess is we'll end up top 3.
And then what about, so does this change your schedule going forward? Right?
I hope so. Currently, we are facing the best team in the league 3 times. You should only play each team twice, and we're losing out on one of the teams that I think that we're a lot better than. So it's currently just a really bad situation for us having to play this team 3 times, but hopefully they'll get it right.
And why did the schedule change?
No idea. We just got a notification that I think one game was canceled tonight, so then they rearranged things. It was also confusing because they said this game was canceled, and then they said this game changed to, and then it changed to the game that had been canceled. So just like the announcement that they made 0 sense. But as it pertains to us, the only change is, oh, we were playing this team that we should beat, and now we're going to play this team that's going to potentially kill me.
And you're going to have to play them 3 times now.
Yeah. So pretty good odds that I don't make it through the season, Greg.
And
I like Steven's idea. Wear Kevlar.
Yeah, where how did you get named the pitcher? Did you volunteer? You just better at it than everybody else?
Well, nobody wants to do it. So I think I was willing. I think I got suckered into it. Like the first year, the guy who like is the manager of the league is one of my childhood friends, and he was like, "Hey, we had this team, a while back. We're thinking about re-upping it." So with like a group of his friends and his brother's friends, he was like, "Do you guys want to play?" To me and my brother, and he was like, and we said sure, and he said, "What do you think about pitching, Neil?" And I was like, "Okay, I could pitch. I had done it once before. I guess I'm just a little bit less afraid of it than everybody else, but still terrified up there."
So what's the scary part? Like, are there line drives coming back up the middle?
Yeah, that's the scary part. And
Oh my
like
god.
you're not that far from the mound. Like generally there is etiquette in slow pitch softball. In general, people follow the don't hit it back of the pitcher, but and actually that's the one thing about facing an actually good team is they're more likely to not hit it back of the pitcher. So like if they have their accuracy on, they shouldn't be hitting, they should be hitting it hard, but like away from me. It's just occasionally, they try to do that and somebody's gonna accidentally hit it up the middle. So but yeah, in general, there is etiquette against hitting it back to the pitcher.
Yeah, and SGT, another follow from me says the only way to beat a team like that in slow pitch is to hit as well as they do. So is your team's offense any good?
We've got some good hitters, but I'd say no. Like it's like relative to a team like that, I don't think we have any real chance of beating them. Like they're we are not allowed to see. We're not even allowed to lead off. So yeah, we can't do anything like that. Um, yeah, I don't really. I think that they are a former like high school baseball team that decided to play slow pitch softball in a beer league that's like the D league, like one of the worst. Like it's kind of bizarre that they're in the league.
Hmm. Is this cheating? Like, are they sandbagging? It kind of feels like.
Kind of feels like it. I don't know. I might be wrong. Maybe I'm misrepresenting who they are, but it feels that way. Like they've got some guys who can just absolutely crush it. They don't like every other team is going to make some fielding errors. I don't think they really make fielding errors. So yeah, we're at a disadvantage here.
Yeah, well, I am keeping the hopes up. I think you're
Thank
going
you.
to end up pulling up the upset and winning. Just my confidence in you and
Appreciate you.
your new look with no flannel. I
Yeah,
think this is going to be a sign of
I look like a ball
just
player.
yeah. I just think it's an overall. I think it's an overhaul and everything. And yeah, we could also talk a little bit about So Rare today. But yeah, anyway, the crux of what I was saying at is you can't really be the flannel god and show up not in flannel. It
That's fair.
causes
That's a
confusion,
fair point.
right? Like Prince, you're from Minnesota. Prince is from Minnesota. I know he's dead now, but like
Yeah,
back in the day, what like he was purple. Like, what if he all of a sudden started wearing yellow?
that'd be
And
weird. You wouldn't know who that guy was. He's just like a short man.
that's you not wearing flannel.
Yeah.
But for today, we're gonna talk a little bit about So Rare. How did you do on the last slate, or I guess the
Greg,
ongoing slate?
I'm not so good at MLB so rare. I still continue to do pretty well at NBA. I have not found my way with MLB. Mike can pull that up and show us actually how I'm doing. But yeah, not doing so hot this round. And today is the final day, so probably not going to end up doing very well.
All right. So here's what I think we should do to start is let's look at your lineup, try to figure out where you went right, where you went wrong, and then we'll look at some of the best lineups for the last slate, and we'll try to reverse engineer this and try to
I
figure
like
out
that
what are
idea.
the
Yeah.
what are the best So Rare lineups looking
So
like.
so the
So
limited pro lineup is the actual lineup that I like tried to win with. The other ones I just threw them in there to get experience points.
yeah, makes sense. So let's. Can I make this bigger?
So we did not have a Spencer Strider start during this period, so I couldn't play Strider in my relief pitcher spot, and Romano didn't enter a game. So the Blue Jays just didn't happen to have any. Or did he score 6 there? Am I reading that wrong?
He's got 6, so it looks like he
Okay.
entered one game.
So I guess he got the 5 points for an appearance and then 1 other point somehow. But yeah, that was a miss for me. Yeah, I can't see. I think it's no longer on the screen, but
All right. So
oh yeah, gotcha. Yeah,
yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah, all good.
Oh yeah, so I generally my approach to this one was just I played batters with 4 games is what I ended up doing. Like
Okay.
didn't even really stack that much, other than the 2 D-backs. I played Lodolo at my utility spot, which I thought he was projected to start, but he ended up getting 0 points. So not sure what happened there.
Yeah.
So
So
that's something that went wrong too.
Nick Lodolo. Yeah, I mean, if you are starting somebody who doesn't play, obviously a little bit problematic. So let's see what ended up happening with Lodolo. I'm trying to look at the Reds schedule, and we could figure out because I don't remember all of the previous games. Like, did he just have one bad start? Or, yeah, he actually hasn't made a start since May 6th. So it has been a little bit of time here. He hasn't made a start in 5 days. Does he have a start upcoming, Lodolo?
He must have, something must have happened. Maybe a game was canceled or something, because he like was listed as projected to start. And it sounds like he should have if he started on May 6th. But okay, it looks like he does have an injury. I just searched his name and I see fantasy baseball injury report for pitchers.
He is scheduled to start Saturday, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess he just had a start pushed back was what ended up happening with Lodolo. So Nick Lodolo, let's see. And is this something that we need to be concerned about, setting lineup for the upcoming week?
Right.
And let's see. So he had, here's the rundown. So Lodolo was in line to start Thursday against the Mets, but instead, so he was supposed to start today, but his start got pushed back a couple of days due to a sore calf.
Yeah. So losing out on a starting pitcher, not ideal there. But you know, it's going to happen sometimes.
It doesn't look like your hitters did that poorly. Rizzo had a good week. McClanahan, I know I said hitters, but McClanahan had a good start there.
Yeah.
You got Christian Walker had a good week. Brandon Lau and Corbin Carroll less so.
They do have games left, so they could still.
Yeah, it looks like the biggest issue. And how many points did your lineup score, by the way?
I can't. I mean, I guess I could add it up.
Yeah, Mike, could you tell us, Mike, where you were?
Oh, look at the math guy.
And what place does that have him in? All right, so right in the middle of the road. To be honest, I don't actually think, because what is like the top place lineups? How many points did they put up? Let's look at the leaderboard and we'll check out some of their lineups. That's a lot more points than what you scored.
Yeah, they put up some real points there.
But I do think like you finished 50th percentile right in the middle of the field. And how many lineups get paid out prizes in this tournament?
Like we could see that in the details. It's not that, I want to say like 300 or 400.
Yes, so you weren't really. I mean, honestly, I think you would kind of be in it if it wasn't for Lodolo's start getting pushed back and injury.
Okay, 250.
Could you really quickly scroll through the leaderboard, Mike? I'm just curious how many points were needed to eclipse to get inside the top 250. Like, I'm curious if you had, let's just say, 28 extra points out of Lodolo or something like that.
I was going to give myself 100, but okay.
Yeah, maybe not 100 points out of Lodolo. Maybe just as an average start and puts up slightly less than that. I'm curious how close this would have had you to cashing.
200 points would have put him 100th.
Okay. Does it let you scroll further or no?
What would be 250th place, Mike?
Yeah, so if we get to 250th, if this is a thing where it's like you missed out by like 50 or 60 points and like you're started and go, and then I don't know, like I really do think you might have been in it if it wasn't for Lodolo not getting banged up.
Yeah, that might be true. I mean, it certainly would have helped if he played. And then only getting 6 out of my reliever, that's kind of. He also had Romano. I think had three games and only got 6 points. So yeah, just didn't go my way, I guess. Yeah. So I don't think I was getting there anyway, but I also think, Romano certainly could have done better. Lodolo puts up, as you said, like 28 points. That would help quite a bit. And then I do still have all my batters still have games going today, so that should help.
Yeah, and this is also, by the way, a very small slate on Thursday because you think your strategy was load up on the guys that are playing 4 games as opposed to 3. This is the day you would be picking up. There's only 6 baseball games on Thursday. Exactly. So I really think the biggest issue you ran into is just Lodolo getting scratched from his start, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be a long-term issue. But something to keep in mind as we could pull up your lineup and try to build it for the upcoming slate and see what we could do. And I assume that we're going to be able to roster Spencer Strider, right? He probably has a start upcoming.
Yeah, I would think so. So Mike, if you can go to upcoming contests, or Perfect. And then can you click on under the limited pro? I see you made it bigger so we can't. Okay, I think he's pulling it back out. Okay. If you
So
click on
while
the information icon, you can see what games are happening, like which teams are playing where. It's kind of where I like to start, just to see like which teams are playing in what ballparks and such.
Yeah, so I did see Spencer Strider is going to be starting tomorrow. You're going to be
Nice.
using him for the start anyway because he's Spencer Strider. Tough matchup, though. He's on the road in Toronto. Still think you're
Yeah.
going to want to use him in that relief pitcher spot, but
Yep.
not the most ideal of spot. But either way, I mean, he goes out. He has like how many fantasy points is he averaging per start on Sorare this year? Like 30-ish or something?
Probably something like that. Yeah, I don't know the exact number.
Yeah, so even a
Probably
bad
around there.
start, you're probably getting a pretty good result out of him. But yeah, upcoming series. Let's see what catches our eye. So got Rays, Yankees.
Do we have a Coors? Yeah, Phillies at Rockies. Oh man, I wish I had more Phillies bats.
I heard Mike. I heard Mike. I heard Mike like squeal when you
Yeah,
said
he
Phillies at
squealed.
Rockies.
He's
Did you hear
excited
that as
about it.
well?
I did hear that.
Yeah.
So maybe I need to be looking into some Kyle Schwarber, some Bryce Harper.
Yeah. Let's see who's starting for the Phillies in those games. So we've got Friday. It is going to be looking for the game. So Taijuan Walker, who's not having great starts of the season. I assume you're also going to be able to avoid Zach Wheeler because he pitched yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. So you got Taijuan Walker. Then you've got Ranger Suarez. He's making his first start of the year. That's a brutal start. Like, hey, welcome back from the injured list. You're pitching in Coors Field.
Yeah, enjoy that.
And then you have Aaron Nola, who, obviously Aaron Nola has been one of the best pitchers in baseball over the last few years, but he is off to a slow start. But I think just the fact that you're getting Ranger Suarez making a season debut in game 2, Taijuan Walker in game 1, for a pretty good spot for the Rockies. You're avoiding Zach Wheeler. That's a big positive. Let's go build the line. Let's go build the lineup out. And I do think that Rockies probably what we're going to be focusing on, especially when you consider that, you're missing some of the top pitchers from the Phillies there.
Yep. Good call. Let's try it. Yeah, let's go limited pro. Start there. Actually, let's wait 30 seconds because I'm doing something right now that might affect this. I'm buying a couple Phillies cards.
Ooh,
Mike, who would you take from the Phillies? Who would you like from the Phillies, Mike? All right. All right, let me see. I just bought a Harper. Okay. Ooh, I can get a Kyle Schwarber with a 6% bonus here.
Ooh.
I'm gonna buy that real quick. Yeah. Yep, I like that. Maybe I'll do Harper, Schwarber, and Bohm. What do you think of that?
One other thing that is worth noting here that SGT Studenko put into YouTube chat is that, which is true, Jose Alvarado is dealing with an elbow injury. He's on the injured list, arguably the best relief pitcher in baseball. And his absence, that also really does help out the Rockies because Jose Alvarado is basically you get one inning where the other team, not only do they not score, they don't get on base, and it's generally just 3 strikeouts. Jose Alvarado's numbers this year are very ridiculous. So he does at least have a positive FIP now. For a while, he was breaking the FIP metric, and he had a negative FIP. It was how well he was pitching. His FIP is now 0.87. His XFIP is 0.63. His strikeouts per 9 this year, 15.07. He has not walked a single hitter. Now, though, he's on the injured list. So that definitely does help out the Rockies a little bit, particularly some of those close games and some of those high leverage situations. It's not going to be Jose Alvarado. And typically what the Phillies do with Jose Alvarado, which is what more teams should do, he's the best relief pitcher. Being their best relief pitcher, they don't just blindly pitch him in the 9th inning. What they do is, the other team's 2, 3, 4 hitters are coming up in the 8th inning. We're going to use our best relief pitcher now because that actually is the highest leverage situation. It is not the 9th inning in that scenario. The highest leverage situation is just some of those later innings where you're facing the best hitters on the other team. So, that is something that is going to help out the Rockies a little bit. And
Mike, We're ready to build now. Just FYI. Yeah. I made some purchases. I think we could build now.
All right. So let's build out Neil's lineup. And that's how we're going to end up closing this out. By the way, guys, if this looks fun to you, this is a fantasy baseball game that you could play totally for free. If you want to buy cards, you certainly can. You could win rare or more unique and exclusive prizes, some of them being extremely valuable, like the Giannis Antetokounmpo a couple months ago that sold for $187,000. But you could also just play these games for free, and they are a lot of fun. If you are signing up for the first time, use the link that we have below in the description box. Now let's start building out your lineup. And yeah, so we're going to end up using Strider as a relief pitcher, but as far as starters, we have
McClanahan or Lodolo. So I think McClanahan's facing the Yankees, right?
Let's see. That was what was on the schedule. I'm just going to double check though to be sure.
Marlins for Lodolo or for who?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he pitches against the Marlins tomorrow. So we've got Lodolo against the Marlins or Shane McClanahan against the Yankees. This is a pretty tough decision, in my opinion. One thing that makes it harder is that Aaron Judge is back for the Yankees, because the Yankees offense was kind of dog shit when Aaron Judge was out. And now that he's back, like, if you guys have been playing MLB DFS in recent days, the Yankees are chalk every slate now, and they crush every single day.
Yep.
Yeah, like every day. It's like, oh, cool. The chalk Yankees, where every hitter's 20% on, everybody's going to hit a home run. That's been the case since Judge got back. It's obviously a huge boost to the offense. I think this could go either way. Yeah. I'm going to tell you why I'm going to lean McClanahan, but it'll be your final call, Neil.
Okay.
I'm still a little concerned with Lodolo's last start being pushed back. And you have to worry a little bit, like, is he going to get removed from the start? And that could just blow up your entire lineup. I know obviously there's a risk, like McClanahan pitching against the Yankees, but McClanahan's been so good so far this year, and Lodolo dealing with that calf soreness that made his start get pushed back. I'm going to lean towards McClanahan. Final call is you. This is your account. Yep. Who are you going with?
I'm also going McClanahan. Yeah, I have the same concern about Lodolo. If it were not for concerns about Lodolo's injury, I would go to Lodolo against the Marlins, but I'm just worried enough about the calf that I'm going to go with McClanahan.
All right, McClanahan it is. The relief pitcher spot, this is going to be an easy Strider one. We've got to start coming for Strider on this slate. Oh, there he is. I was going to say I didn't see him on screen there for a second.
Okay.
Oh, you know why? Because he was above. All right, we're good, though. All right, so we got Strider in. We got McClanahan in. Let's start building out the lineups now for the hitters. And, yeah, we're going to be stacking cores. And we are going to be stacking, just cores in general. So we've got Phillies and Rockies. And what is the Dodgers' upcoming lineup for the they're playing the Padres. So, all right, a little bit tougher a spot for the Dodgers. Let's go Rockies here. Rockies and Phillies. Yeah,
let's just go full on core stack. And I just bought these. I bought those 4 Phillies. So let's get those in line. The Harper, Castellanos, Bohm, and Schwarber.
All right.
Oh, did I not buy a middle infielder? All right, who can we put there? Okay.
Yeah. So for now, Harper, Castellanos.
Oh, so I got 3 outfielders. So I took Schwarber, Castellanos, Harper, and none of them are eligible anywhere else. Yeah, I was thinking.
Well, Schwarber you could put in the utility spot. Right? There's any player utility.
Did I not buy it successfully?
Yeah, there it is. It's right there.
All right. So now, do I have any Rockies at middle infielder, Mike?
You've got Ryan McMahon. Let me see.
What do we think about that?
Elias Diaz having a really, really good year. All right, let's go to Fangraphs and just see. Also, I think this should also play a role. Are the upcoming pitchers primarily left-handed or right-handed for the Phillies? So Friday, I know I looked this up before, but I've already forgotten because I was just kind of giving out the information, wasn't compartmentalizing and thinking it was going to come back up the handedness of the pitchers. But so Taijuan Walker on Friday, that's a righty. Then we've got Ranger Suarez on Saturday, a lefty. And then we've got Aaron Nola on Sunday as a righty. That in mind, 2 righties, 1 lefty. The 1 lefty is Ranger Suarez, who's making his first start of the season. probably going to be limited and we end up going to a righty in the pen. So I'm going to say McMahon here based on that.
I like that. I like that.
Ryan McMahon.
Beautiful lineup, in my opinion.
This one's going to win.
Strider in the relief spot for Rockies, but 4 or 5 from the Coors game. 5 players from the Coors game. So yeah, this is gonna smash.
This is the nuts. Let's see if let's see if in YouTube chat anybody has any comments about the lineup. Not really, just people giving you general pitching advice today.
Yeah,
you know, SGT from before. Yeah, he was saying the chin music, and then Steven Leibowitz also said, back him off the plate, Orfield. Get mean. What happens if somebody gets hit in the slow pitch softball?
They charge the mound, try to attack me. No, they just get it's considered a ball. So like it's not, you don't even take your base, it's just like, okay, that's a ball.
Are there walks, or is it, because I remember I once played in slow pitch softball, and what happened is if you got 4 balls, they just reset the count.
No, we basically start with a 1-1 count. So I can throw, if 3 balls would be a walk, 2 strikes is a strikeout. And if they do hit a foul ball, that's considered a strike. Like you can strike out on a foul ball.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. Yeah. Actually, we did that as well. So it was 4 balls was a walk-ish, but they would just reset the count because I don't know why. It's just the rules of the league I played in. But then it was the same thing where if it was 3 strikes, and if you fouled the ball off 3 times, it would be a strikeout.
Yep. In our case, it's 2 though. If you just fouled off twice.
Ooh, that is pretty stringent. Is it 3 outs, or is it like everybody bats around each inning?
3 outs.
Okay, so we also did it. The one league I played in, it was everybody. You bat around the order. Everybody on the team bats once.
That'd be fun. I'd like that.
Yeah, and I think we played. What was it, like 5 innings doing that? So everybody got 5 at bats.
That's really fun.
Yeah, that was the rules I played in. But anyway, Neil, everybody, wish Neil luck. Tough ask for him. He's taking on the best team in the league with a plus 42 run differential, according to him. 44 runs scored, only 2 scored against. Tough ask. But I think Neil pulls the upset. I think he comes out and I think he goes and pitches a perfect game, actually. I think there's going to be
perfect game. Wow. I like your confidence in me.
Steven Leibowitz did have a question. Neil, the cards you just bought, how much did you pay for those? Steven Leibowitz wants to know before we close this out.
So I spent $60 for the Harper, and then like maybe 25 for the Schwarber, and then like Castellanos was 15 and Bohm was, I think, under 10.
There we go. So Steven Leibowitz, I hope that helps you with whatever decisions it is that you guys are making. Other than that, if you guys haven't signed up at So Rare, use the link that we have below so that they know that we are the ones who sent you. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Neil and I will be back to do our next So Rare show next Thursday. In the meantime, we've got our normal NBA content tonight, NBA Live Before Lock. So check that out tonight. Good luck tonight, guys, and we will see you back here next week.